Well, there we go. Now I just got off the phone with Yaesu because I'm going through this thing as I did 30 years ago on 2 meter, which is the top. If I have something here to point with. The top VFO. And either one can be 2 meter or the 440, which is 70 centimeters, are both the same, both different. They can be anywhere, as any what, it doesn't make a difference. But at that point, usually this is the repeater frequency. That's the receive frequency, and it's got a split of 6. So when that means down, -6. So when I key up, it keys up at 146.010. That's the transmit. That's what goes into the repeater. The repeater sends out at this frequency. Well, the repeater also has what they call a tone. It's like a private line, a PL tone. And that in the repeater that I was trying was at 110.9. So that's fine. So that's how it works through your squelch. Well, normally on a normal radio, that's all you do. And it would be all set. Set your split, set your tone, and it's a done deal. Well, this particular radio, where the hell am I? Hello, has 2 separate menus and 6 different, I think it was 6, I forgot now, 6 or 7 maybe, different tone squelch settings. So not only do I have to do the normal, I had to go into the squelch settings, which is the button over here. Alright, using that button down here, and with that button to get it changed. And over here there's also a menu button to change the FM to FM narrow or auto. Alright, and every time I set it, it would go to FM auto. Well, there's another setting over here on this red button that also sets it. So this particular radio has a number of settings, a number of menus to get things locked in. So if you haven't got them locked in on both settings, it's not going to work. So that's where I was. So I went nuts with this thing for about an hour and a half.
This is KB1UUX.
Listening to myself on the scanner, which was working fine on transmit and receive. However, without the tone, without that PL tone, that 110.9, the repeater is not going to recognize me. So it's like I'm not even talking to it. They don't even hear me. Alright, and that's what was happening. So finally, after getting out with Yaesu and us both going through the same thing and doing what we were doing, and after he read a little bit further into it, because he was telling me to do everything that I was doing, and it wasn't working. And so I started getting a little pissy, you know, and telling him, listen, this is what I'm doing. So if you want to listen for a minute, I'm going to tell you step by step what I'm doing, and then you can tell me if it's right or wrong. And he says, no, you did everything right. Then why is it working? Well, a few minutes later, he says, well, let's go to the other menu.
I'm not sure. It might be KB1TTN.
All right, so that's where we went, and that's where we found it. So anyway,
KB1UX, listening for the radio station out there, please come back with your call sign.
Okay, well that's not me. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to you guys. But I will turn that down so we don't have to hear it.
Hey Ralph, KB1TTN.
There. But anyway, to make a long story short, got it somewhat figured out. I got to remember that there's 2 sets of menus and 2 sets of squelches and everything else. And it doesn't make a difference because it has the 2 VFOs. It's just that because it's also got what they call a digital system, which is a fusion system, which is something proprietary to Yaesu. And I believe D-Star is a proprietary to ICOM, if I remember right. And they're all their own little language thing. You know, they all try to do something to separate themselves from the other. All right.